The Donovan mansion stood in complete stillness, a place once filled with laughter, morning conversations, and the distant hum of life. The air that day was heavy, every sound muffled under the weight of worry. At the center of the grand house, in a room surrounded by luxury and sorrow, 17-year-old Emily Donovan lay motionless on her bed. Her long golden hair spread across the white pillow. Her skin pale but warm, her breathing steady but faint. She looked peaceful, too peaceful, like someone lost in a dream she couldn't escape. Her father, Richard Donovan, one of the city's most respected and wealthiest CEOs, stood beside her bed. Normally, his presence commanded attention. He was the man who could close million-dollar deals with a single call. But now he looked broken, his tailored suit wrinkled, his eyes bloodshot from sleepless nights. He gently held his daughter's hand, whispering, "Emily, it's Dad. Please wake up." "Sweetheart." His voice cracked as silence answered him back. Doctors and nurses moved quietly through the room, their faces grave. Monitors beeped steadily, oxygen flowed. Yet no one could explain her deep, unresponsive state. One doctor whispered, "Her vitals are normal. There's no brain injury, no infection. It's like she's in a deep dream she doesn't want to leave." That word, dream, cut into Richard's heart. He had everything a man could want, but not the power to bring his daughter back to him. Downstairs, Sam Rivers pushed his cleaning cart through the hallways. A single dad and janitor. He worked hard to support his little daughter, Lily, who often waited quietly in the corner with her drawing pad while he cleaned. When a maid passed by in tears, Sam stopped her gently. "Is Miss Emily any better?" She shook her head sadly. "No change. The doctors don't know what's wrong." Lily looked up at her father, her innocent eyes full of concern. "Daddy," she said softly, "maybe she's stuck in a dream and doesn't know how to wake up." Sam smiled weakly, patting her head, but her words stayed with him. He remembered seeing Emily a few days earlier near the garden, sketching a bright blue bird in her notebook. She had been coughing slightly and rubbing her eyes as she sat among the strange flowers her father had imported. That memory suddenly felt important, like a piece of a puzzle no one else had noticed. The following morning, the Donovan mansion was filled with quiet despair. The doctors had spent 3 sleepless nights trying to understand why Emily still hadn't woken up. Her father, Richard Donovan, hadn't left her bedside once. He sat motionless, holding her hand, watching the heart monitor beep steadily. It was the sound of life, and yet she seemed so far away. The air smelled of antiseptic and wilted roses from the dozens of bouquets that friends and business associates had sent. Nothing could fill the emptiness of that room. Meanwhile, down the corridor, Sam Rivers pushed his cart, mopping slowly. He had been thinking about Emily all night, replaying that memory of her sketching, near the garden surrounded by those strange flowers. His daughter's words echoed in his mind. Maybe she's stuck in a dream and doesn't know how to wake up. It wasn't much, but it felt like a thread worth pulling. When Sam entered Emily's room to clean, he noticed her sketchbook lying slightly open on the bedside table. He hesitated for a moment. It felt wrong to touch something so personal, and but curiosity and worry won. Gently, he turned the page and froze. The last drawing Emily made was of the same blue bird, perched inside a large glass house, the mansion's conservatory. A faint yellow dust covered the page. Sam rubbed it between his fingers. It wasn't paint. It was pollen. A sudden realization hit him. He rushed to the conservatory. The air inside was warm and thick with scent. Rows of exotic flowers lined the space, many imported from other countries. Near a wooden bench sat an overturned glass jar. Its label read faintly, "Tropical bloom pollen, inhalation hazard." Sam's heartbeat quickened. He grabbed the jar and ran back inside. The doctors examined it quickly and confirmed his fear. The pollen released toxins that could induce a coma-like sleep when inhaled. They began treatment immediately, working with precision and hope. Hours passed. Then, under the dim glow of the room, Emily's fingers twitched. Her eyelids fluttered. "Dad?" she whispered weakly. Richard Donovan's tears fell freely as he held her hand. "You're back, sweetheart." When he turned to Sam, his voice broke. "You saved my daughter. How did you know?" Sam smiled softly. "She showed me. I just paid attention." Richard offered him money, but Sam asked for only one thing, a scholarship for his daughter, Lily. The CEO agreed instantly, humbled by the janitor's heart. That night, for the first time in days, laughter returned to the mansion, proof that sometimes the smallest clue can bring back the biggest miracle.